Well, it's episode 58 of the Digital Marketing Masters podcast. Thanks for joining me today on the show. If it's the first time that you're tuning in, hey, it's me. It's Yolanda Rose, and every week I bring you easy, actionable content, tips, and strategies that you can use to grow your business online almost immediately. And if you're a long-time listener that has not said hello, please say hello. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. I'm all over the place. You just search me, it's Yolanda Rose, and you'll find me. I know you will if you know my face and you know my voice. And say hello. Let me know how this podcast is helping you in your business, if it is helping you in your business. And I would really appreciate it if you could leave me an honest review on Apple iTunes or whichever podcasting platform that you're listening to me on right now. So today, I'm going to tell you about a sales funnel that I set up a couple of weeks ago that's really been crushing it on LinkedIn. So we're going to be talking all about building sales funnels today on the show. And specifically on LinkedIn, because we haven't really spent much time on LinkedIn, but this has been my focus this year. For 2020, and on one of my business lines, I am also a financial advisor in South Africa. It's a very lucrative field, very hard to stay out of, and that's where I employed this LinkedIn sales funnel strategy. So on LinkedIn, there's basically two ways in which you can get new customers for your business. One, you can actively reach out to people and companies who fit into your ideal audience profile. And that is annoying as hell when you get those people. As soon as you connect with somebody, they're sending you a message in your private inbox. Totally not cool. And I don't like that approach. So I go with the other approach where you create some really engaging content that is relevant to your ideal audience profile and then wait for them to contact you. It's simple, it's easy, and there's a lot less work involved with this kind of approach. Now, both approaches have pros and cons in different use cases and industries, but what they have in common is that they require a sales funnel to turn prospects into paying customers. Now, if you haven't heard the concept of sales funnel before, it's just basically a predefined workflow of desired steps of how you can identify your ideal audience and push them through these ideal steps to eventually convert them and qualify them to becoming paying customers. So, my LinkedIn sales funnel is divided into three parts: what happens on LinkedIn, what happens online, and what happens face to face. So I'm going to walk you through the entire process that I've been working through, right from generating that lead to actually closing the deal. Remember, it's financial services. So in South Africa, that basically means insurance, investments, retirement, that kind of thing. And people don't like to buy insurance. Some background on South Africa. We're in terrible economic states. Jobs are being lost, and usually when retrenchments and mass unemployment happens, it's your insurance is the first thing to go. Your life insurance, your disability, your dreaded disease. So it's not an easy industry to be in. It's a very hard industry to break into when you first joined, but when you're a little bit more digital savvy, I'm sure it's definitely an industry that you can take seriously. So on the LinkedIn platform, basically all I do is post out some videos. Now, it's not some fancy production here. It's just me in my home office. I shot it with an iPhone. I did have a nice external mic, so the audio is crisp, it's clean. It was basically a headshot, maybe from just below my collarbone. So my face is full on the screen. You can see the expressions and all of the various enunciations is coming out clear in the microphone. So it's a decent quality video. It's not a high production video. It's just me, the iPhone, and the mic that actually made this video. And in this video, I explain a little bit about offshore investments, how South Africans can invest in companies like Google, Apple, and Amazon. The video was around 40 seconds long. And the key thing to note was the call to action was in the last 10 seconds or so of the video, where I say, message me or drop your email in the comments down below. Those were the only call to actions on the actual video. Not click here or visit our website or anything like that. My goal was to keep them on this platform, make it as easy as possible to capture those emails. So once I had their email addresses, I kept everything online. I pushed those email addresses through the email marketing funnel, and I like ConvertKit. So that's what I'm using is ConvertKit. So I set up a sequence. It's a 50-day sequence with about 5 or 6 emails in there. And the very first email goes off as soon as somebody enters the funnel and they drop their email address. So the first email, I'm telling them a little bit more about this product, the benefits of not paying taxes, how much you can save in the long run. And the call to action in that email is to book a free a telephone consult, which I would call a qualification call to see, one, whether the client is a good fit for me. Does he have the kind of money to spend according to my ideal customer profile? It's basically a qualification call for me, and it's more an information call for him. So once that qualification happens, the whole transaction moves offline, where we set up that initial appointment, and the appointment can be for them to gather some more data, or two, they're ready to sign up for some investments. So I used the LinkedIn platform to find people who are in alignment with my ideal customer. And by creating the interesting content, it was relevant to my audience, and that video really resonated with those prospects. And when I do that, I establish myself as an authority in my field, in my city, because remember, these ads are localized just to my city, and I create trust by just demonstrating my knowledge and expertise. So even if somebody didn't follow through with the call to action of dropping their details down below or messaging me, they will see the next video. I will target them again. Maybe it's going to take 3, 4. I mean, in Facebook, it's going to be like 16 touch points before somebody buys from you. But for them to familiarize, know my voice, know my face, know when you see me on your LinkedIn wall, you're going to be hearing all about money in South Africa. So when somebody listens or watches to my videos, 4 things can happen. 1, they will disqualify themselves, like, nah, investments, they're not for me. Life insurance is not for me. And they just scroll up. They're not taking any action. They're not following any of the calls to action that I had. And that is perfectly fine with me. It basically means I'm not wasting my time with people that are never going to buy with me. The second thing they could do is they might like the video. Maybe they want to hear more about what I have to say. Maybe they didn't like the video and they still want to hear more about what I had to say. Number 3, they might visit the page a little bit more, even check out my personal profile to learn a little more about me. Does this chick know what she's talking about? Or 4, they might click one of the links within my article, maybe linking them up to my YouTube channel or my website as well. Now, I'm most interested in 3 of the 4, and obviously it's the last 3. And on the page, there's different ways where these people can connect with me. Either send me an email, go to my YouTube, or even visit my website. Now, for me, the goal is to start a conversation and to disqualify those that are not a good fit. So with that initial call, we talk a little bit about them, what their goals are, how much they have to spend, and are they willing to take that risk of what entails in an investment. So I either tell them we're a good match or not, and I book an appointment at that qualifying call. So in that very first appointment, we do a little analysis. I mean, if they have any questions about me or the product that I'm offering, and like, I never use brand names and things like that. It's very, very generic, the information that I share online. And it's just an introduction. Let them know, this is me, this is what I'm about, this is my value proposition. And the goal as well is for me to understand what are their investment goals? What are their money goals? Are they taking investments without really buying life insurance and securing the risk for their families? It's just an exploration session. That's what the first meeting is all about. And from there, I can gather what really happens. Some people are ready to sign right then and there. Great. I'm all up for that. Some people need a couple of more touch points. They want to have somebody, especially with older folks, they want to have somebody in front of them answering the questions. They want to know, how well do you know your stuff? Do you have these products that you are trying to sell me? Tons of questions, tons of questions. And it's that first meeting, you got to reassure them. Let them be confident in your ability as a service provider, as a product provider, that you know what you're talking about. You're giving them the best and you're using this product yourself. So for a person to actually sit down with me, they got to jump through a lot of hoops because I just don't want to sit down with anybody. There's literally thousands of people in my city doing the very same thing, but I'm the one that stands out. So sales funnels are something really cool. I think no matter what business you're in, whether you're an online business, a service business, a retailer, e-commerce, but putting out content that resonates with your audience more than anything, I think that's such a huge starting point for any business that's just getting started with digital marketing. So that's been my LinkedIn sales funnel. I'm going to be running with this funnel for at least another 2 or 3 months to get the most I can out of it before I actually put out another video out there. Or maybe I just will put out another video just to warm up those people that were not 100% confident with following through with that call to action. Maybe I can win them in a second, third, or even fourth video. But whatever the case is, a sales funnel on LinkedIn, this funnel is working wonders for me right now, and it's definitely something that I'm going to use. And those folks that are in my sequence, this is about 120 of them in just a couple of days, they're receiving some really cool information. I know they're into investment, so they're getting investment information and even getting invited to a webinar and possibly a live event in a couple of months. So even if people are not ready to buy in this cycle, they're just gathering information, doing their reconnaissance. The fact that they're resonating with my topic, it's something that they like, something that they're pursuing. So even if they're not buying now, they will buy later in the future, and I'm the person that they need to be buying from. All right, so that's my LinkedIn sales funnel. I hope that I've provided some value. It's pretty straightforward. You can mix it up according to your audience, according to your value proposition and your business as well, and see what works for you. It's all about trial and error, and you got this. So try this out. So this is me, Yolanda Rose, signing off until next time on the Digital Marketing Masters.